Right, and we're live. So welcome everyone to this week's live office hours. And we're at 9 p.m. British Summer Time this week. Next week, we'll be back to 1 p.m. British Summer Time just to keep everybody involved in what we're doing. So if you're new to office hours, which we run every week, Rakesh is here with us, who's the founder of Zenler, and David, who's lead product educator with myself. And we're here to answer your questions live, to update you what's been happening with Zenler, and to generally be quite helpful to you when you need it. So we like to start off looking back over the last week or so, and I tend to hand over to Rakesh now, and we look at the changelog. So Rakesh, if you want to share your screen and take that bit on, that would be brilliant.
Cool. Thanks, Kevin. Just share my screen. Do you guys see my screen?
So good.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah, so at Zenler, we are constantly on a quest to constantly refine the platform day in, day out. So you can see changes happening all the time. And all the changes go into a page called Zenler changelog. All the releases go in here. And we had some big changes, not on the user interface side, but around community speed enhancements. You guys must have noticed it. It's super quick. Earlier, whenever you tried to post something on the community, it was super slow. And that is now very super quick. A lot of work has gone into this. So here, whenever we used to post something, when you click on post, it used to take ages for it to appear. Now it's instant, just like that, it appears. And similarly for the comments and everything is just super quick compared to what it was before. I think this is a big improvement. And I think last week we had some slowness regarding communities, and now we have addressed it to a great extent. I think it was like really affecting the engagement levels in the community earlier. So that is community enhancements, speed enhancements that has gone in, and a few other changes have gone in. Like earlier, we had autosave feature only in broadcast. Now we got autosave feature when you compose an email in automations and you come off the page, it's going to automatically save the page. So, and few other changes are also in here. So some other issues as well has been fixed. Yeah, so this is the changelog, and what is coming up next is setup fee and Razorpay integration for India. I think that's it from the changelog side, Kevin. I'll hand it over back to you.
Brilliant. So remember, if you're watching this on the replay, #replay, let us know where you're watching from. That will be great. This is your opportunity to ask your questions live, and if we have time, then we will answer them for you. You can also submit your questions in advance, in which case guarantees that you will get a reply from one of the team. So to navigate you around Zenler a little bit, tutorials.zenler.com is where you need to go and sign up. That's where you'll find lots of really useful information, some official tutorials in there as well, and David's #AskZenlers go in there too. Let David talk to you about the YouTube channel and what he's doing. David looks after the educational side of what we do with Zenler, how we process tutorials, etc. So David, if you want to just let us know where you are on that side of things, what's been going on and what's coming up, that would be really helpful.
Right. Okay, guys. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Right. So as Kevin mentioned, we've got tutorials.zenler.com, and you're going to find all the courses that we got up there to help you and to support you. We've also got the support here, which is searchable. So if you need to check out anything there, you can search that. Rakesh has done loads of articles in there. We've also got what I'm doing here, which is what we're doing here is the Ask Zenler. And these are basically videos from the YouTube channel. So I'll just go onto the YouTube channel in a minute, but I've set up quick links here for you to get to information a bit quicker. This will be refined into sections later on, but you can see we're starting to get quite a lot of videos on there. So I've put these little quick links here, which just open up in a new tab inside YouTube and take you straight to the channel. Okay, so let's go over to our YouTube channel now, which is youtube.com/C/Zenler. And this is our YouTube channel. And what we've done this week is someone asking about how we can edit the certificate. So I've done a tutorial on that, which is quite thorough. I also use a free program in there, so all of you can use that software and be able to change your certificates to make them more custom. We've also got a Zenler SEO for the pages. So this is for pages and course pages, so that you can set up your social shares and you get your little course image come up with the descriptions, and we tag it as well. So it gives you all that stuff as well. Just that little bit about the YouTube channel. You've got the home here, and I've put all the sections in here, so you can see like Zenler marketing funnels, Zenler new feature releases, obviously the Ask Zenler, which are on our tutorial site as well. We've got office hours. Now there will be some more going in there, and we've got the pro interviews, which Kevin is controlling both of these areas. So if you want to find out more videos, because this is just a sort of snapshot, you can go to playlist and you can go through the videos there, and you'll see that all the playlists are very well organized, and you can go through them in series. So that should help you guys out. Now, coming this week, I want to start doing putting some Ask Zenlers on membership. So I'm going to be doing a video on bundles. Under that bundles, there's going to be linked to how to use tiers, and then finally how we can integrate that and turn it into a membership site. So I know a lot of you are implementing and using membership sites. It's a big question. I've been giving it a lot of thought, and I'm now ready to produce these for you to give you a flexible way of using Zenler to create your membership sites. So that is all from me.
Awesome.
Back
Thanks,
to you,
David.
Kevin.
That's really helpful, and I think for people that are new to the group, and every week we get, I think last week we added over 100 people into the Facebook group for New Zenler. Is that right, Rakesh? It was 100 and something, if I remember rightly.
Right, yeah.
Every week we get new people come in, and what we're trying to do is make it easy for you to find the information to use New Zenler, because we want you using the platform because it's so awesome. So David's stuff, check out YouTube. If you're a YouTube fanatic, go and sign up. Go and hit that bell, go and subscribe to the channel, and you'll be notified every time a new video goes in there. If YouTube isn't necessarily for you, go into tutorial.newzenler.com, go and sign up there, because you're going to find some of the videos in there as well. And we're developing both areas as educational parts for how to use New Zenler effectively for your business. That's what we want you to do. So they're really, really valuable. We've got a question coming from Diane, so I'm going to ask this one and then I'm going to move on slightly. So Diane, really good to see you here, and thank you for your question. So the question is, I've started a new email tied to my course name. That's what I want students to see. Does that mean I change the email globally for all communication with New Zenler too?
Cool. I think I can take that. I'll just share my screen.
Okay.
I think we recently added a feature. Do you see my screen?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. I think, Jan, if you go to site and if you go to integrations, under here, you can edit your details. So you can edit. This is where the from email gets populated from. So you can just add whatever your email address here. And then it should take whatever email address you have added in here. So I think that is the way you can change all your from addresses for your entire, for all emails coming from automations.
All right, brilliant. So for whatever courses are sent out, any reminder emails, it will come from whatever you set that email address as.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's right, yeah.
I love easy answers. So for those of you that have been following our 10-day course challenge, we're in the final week of that now. So you're going to be seeing lots of people a week on Wednesday putting up what they've been up to within that challenge. And we've got a fantastic group of people going through that. They've really gone above and beyond, I think, what they expected from themselves, which is phenomenal to see. And the waiting list is now open for anybody that wants to get into the next challenge. At the moment, we're not taking new people into it, as in because we're already running it live. The next one is going to be coming out. We're going to open the doors up, get on the wait list for it. And when I open that up in a few weeks, we'll notify you and you can come into that. Again, it's a free challenge. It's for anyone that wants to put their first course together. Maybe you've got an idea. Maybe you've even started putting the course content together. You might be new to delivering courses and you're just wanting some support, some help, or some guidance on not only the new Zenler system, because we go through that, how to put it in, what pages are made for you when you create your course, etc. But the pre-bit as well, as in, well, what type of course am I going to make? How am I going to structure it? How are we going to follow up with it, etc., etc., to the point where you can deploy it happily. That's the goal of that Launch Your First Course Challenge, which is going to be its new name. So look out for that and sign up for that. We've also got coming up, and the first one of these will be next week, will be our breakthrough sessions. And our breakthrough sessions I will be facilitating. They will be in the tutorial.newzenler platform, so you need to sign up over there. That's where we're holding them. We always use our tools to deliver what we can. So they're going to be over there. And the purpose of this session is to get you through anything that's blocking you from getting your course out. And they're going to be one-off sessions. You can come in, you can cry, you can scream, you can yell, you can do whatever you want. But at the end of it, you'll have a clear focus on how you're going to move forward. And they're going to be run. It's going to be really supportive. It's going to be fun as well. But we're going to get stuff done because our goal for you here at Zenler is to get your courses out. And the more you get them out, the more you earn, the better everybody gets on. So that's what's going to be happening. So look out in the group for that. I'm going to do a separate announcement this week as well, just to give you where you can sign up for those. They're going to be limited in number as well. We're not going to be having big groups. So if you think there's going to be 1,000 people, it's absolutely not. I'm probably going to cap it at 25 per session to give everyone a fair chance to really get some value from these sessions. So, and of course, as always, with all that we do here at Zenler, it's free. So we're not going to charge you for this. So look out for those. And if that's of interest, do get involved. So if you've got any more questions, then as we're live here right now for the next 15 minutes or so, please type them into the chat. Remember, if you're on replay, hashtag replay, let us know where you're watching from. We like to know where our people are. We've got a global audience, and I mean that in the literal sense of it. There are people all around the world. Every week I'm finding someone from another country in this group. It's phenomenal to see. And of course, that always, Katie Marie, that sounds fab. So yeah, I'll let you know, Katie, look out for it this week. Get involved. It's going to be really exciting. So that's why we do office hours on a rotation. We do it at 9 p.m. British Summer Time today. Next week it will be 1 p.m. British Summer Time, and the week after it will be 5 p.m. British Summer Time, to try and catch people at a reasonable hour, no matter what country they're in at some point. So that's the goal behind that. We're not just crazy and want to do a late night once every 3 weeks. There is some method to our madness. So I do have a couple of other questions, and I'm going to throw them in because they've come out through our challenge group. And I think one of them is actually quite an interesting question, and I wasn't 100% sure of the answer, so hopefully you guys will. And if we can't, and this is the crux with this, if we, between the three of us, we don't know the answer, we'll get you the answer. And I think that's really important to say that here and now. New Zenler is becoming quite a complex platform, and to know every nook and cranny within it takes some keeping up with. So the question, one of the questions that came up was about email subscriptions. And if somebody comes into your Zenler site and they subscribe for an opt-in, or they come in via a course and they get onto a list that way, if somebody unsubscribes, are they unsubscribed from everything, or are they just unsubscribed from a specific list?
Yeah, it's a bit funny, but I think currently it just unsubscribe, just a blanket system-wide unsubscribe. So when they subscribe from a course or a funnel, they get unsubscribed for everything. I know that's not ideal, but we are working on it where you can then it unsubscribes only from that particular list, or even if they go back to the unsubscribe page, they can go back to a particular list or a particular funnel or whatever. Yes. So currently, if they unsubscribe, they just taken off the of the list straight away.
They come off all of them. So if they unsubscribe from one thing, they're pretty much out of all of it.
Yeah.
So, and actually from a GDPR point of view, that makes sense because, you've got to cover your bases. So you can feel quite confident when you're putting these out there. If someone has unsubscribed, they're coming out of the lot. Remember, if you have buyers, then you should be exporting your buyer list anyway and keeping that somewhere else because that works differently within GDPR. So that you wouldn't necessarily want someone thinking they're unsubscribing from a funnel of some description, but coming off your buyer list as well. Because that's probably not their intent, and actually it's not necessary. So always keep a backup of your list just in case. And that doesn't matter what platform you use, it's good practice. So the last thing you want to do is turn around and suddenly everything's gone. And believe me, I've been there, we've done that, and it was a nightmare. So yeah, look out. But that's really good to know that. And I was unsure. I thought that's what the answer was. I just wanted to double check on that. Now, the other question that I've had come in, and this comes up reasonably frequently, is around taking payments in New Zenler. As in, there's a couple of things really around this. The first thing is when you have a PayPal or a Stripe integration, can people pick and choose which one they pay with? Or is it just set, or do we pick and choose that as the course creator? And the second part to this question is people around the world have restrictions on, sometimes it's PayPal restrictions, sometimes it's Stripe restrictions in different countries. How do we start to investigate how we can make that work?
Well, from the payment point of view, if you've turned on PayPal and you've turned on Stripe, you have that option at checkout to pick which one you prefer. So if you set those up, that's how it's done. I know Rakesh is working on Razorplay, so then that will hopefully fill the market up with that side. That's right, isn't it, Rakesh?
Yeah, that's mainly for the Indian market, but I think we got several users from several parts of the world, like from UAE. Someone was asking about some different payment, some processing platform. So yeah, so for any platform that we do not support, the best way to do it is to send the student into the course via Zapier or the API. So you either need to use Zapier to send you need to process the payment outside the platform and send the student into the course via Zapier, or get a developer to access our API and send the student into the course. So that is different ways to enroll into the course if you don't have a particular, if you don't have Stripe or PayPal or even Razorpay in future in your country.
Right. Is there a tutorial on that, David, or could there be an Ask Zenler put onto the list for that?
Yeah, I've actually in Ask Zenler, I've got 2 videos. Oh, I've got 3 actually. I've got 2 on Stripe, setting up Stripe account, setting up the PayPal account as well. And if you haven't got a Stripe account, I've got a video on how you can go straight through Zenler and set up a Stripe account and register it and link it straight away. But if you've got an existing Stripe account, you can go into it and you can just hook it up. And it's really like 2 minutes. It just doesn't take long at all. Same with PayPal. And a lot of people have had problems with PayPal because you generate keys and things, but it is really quick. Just follow the video along, go to Ask Zenler or go to our YouTube channel, and that's just follow it exactly, and you'll have no problem. I've got on my particular site, I've got Stripe and PayPal. A lot of people say, should I have both? I prefer to have both because I like to give people the option of using PayPal or using Stripe.
Like a backup, yeah.
Yeah. So you could, but you could, you could just have PayPal, you could just have Stripe. It's really up to you. It's very flexible.
And some people just don't want to pay via PayPal. It's as simple as that. And when we added Stripe onto our payment systems, we had a 15% increase in sales overnight. It was as simple as that. So people clearly have an affiliation with not using it. They don't. Some people just don't want to use it, which is personal choice. It might be experience, whatever. But as a course creator, we have to, I think, give options, and it would wouldn't seem sensible to potentially turn people away on the basis that only PayPal is available, and they don't want to use that. So we give them another choice.
And also with Stripe, it's quite good because it sends out a receipt. So like PayPal, it doesn't. Yeah. So I do have customers that say, "Oh, can I have a receipt with that?" So I have to just manually make one up and send it out to them via email. But like Kevin said, I probably have about 80% people go through Stripe, and PayPal it dropped. It's much less.
Okay. Remember, if you are watching us live, we're on for around about another 5 minutes or so, and you, by all means, add your questions in, ask your questions, and we will try to answer them for you live. If you're on the replay, #replay also, and we will always come in and answer afterwards. If you're new to the Facebook group, and this may be the first office hours that you're watching, we run these every week where we're here. The team are here to answer your questions, to let you know what's been going on. We also have at the top of the group an announcement section. So if you have a scroll through there, it's quite clean now. So you can find the Start Here page, which has some really useful links and some other bits and pieces that you may just find helpful when you're looking to navigate your way around what's going on. Because it's quite a fast moving group and it can seem quite a bit much when you first come in. So if you're looking for a place to start there and start at tutorials.newzenler.com and start there. And those two places are probably the most important ones, so you know exactly where you are. Right, so Diane, thank you so much for your question. You're my favourite person today, so I'm going to ask your question here. My next questions are related to site automated emails. Okay, number one, I find them confusing. One password for the school, a different one for the course. What order are they mailed? So no, I know what she means. Okay. So we have emails in the site which we can find under language, yeah, and there's a whole heap of generated emails from password reset and all of that stuff. Do you know what ones I'm talking about? No,
for the language for translating.
Right. So if you go into the site, into a New Zenler site, and you go under language, okay, you'll see in that list there's a whole set of emails that you can edit. So if somebody buys with a free course, it sends them an email. Someone buys a subscription, it sends them an email, and we can edit those. Okay.
Yeah. So, let me just share the screen so that it's clear. So here, do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think language, what Kevin is talking about is in here. There's system emails.
System emails, exactly those
ones.
And
then you can go and edit each of them here.
Yeah. So I know what Diane's asking, so I'm going to go on. So we can edit those, and they're system generated emails. They're based on an action site wide, and that's the response that happens. Then within a course, we can have an automation. Yeah. So we can send emails out based on behavior. So they might have completed a lesson, or they've just enrolled, or X amount of days after enrollment. Do any of those cross over? How can we work out what gets sent when? If somebody enrolls, are they going to get bombarded with a whole stream of emails? That's the main question I think that's being asked here.
I think it entirely depends on how the sequence is set up and what filters you're using. So if your filters are set up correctly, and if your sequence is set up correctly, they should only get the emails that they're supposed to get. Okay.
So
that's probably a good one for our sender as well. Just to go through that and just show the difference. I'll maybe send them out so you can sort of see how they go. I mean, it's always a good idea to set yourself up as a test student and see emails that are coming out. You can set yourself up with a free Gmail account. Just sign up, add yourself to it. Again, I've done an Ask Zenler on adding yourself as a student. So it's always good to test. You have to test it. It's really important. You need to test your courses. Anything you do, you need to be going in there and seeing what people are seeing. It's so important.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hi, Luana. Good to see you here. And Diane and Luana, I know you're in the challenge with me, and we're going to be speaking tomorrow, but testing is for day 9. So look out for that. That's going to be in 2 days. And we're going to go into some depth on testing courses and exactly how you can do it. So, so Diane's saying, yeah, because I'm careful about how they are worded and what is said when. And I think that's good. Will they automatically get both the paid course email and the welcome email? They seem quite repetitive.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to turn off the system email, system notifications, you just need to go to system notification status, and you can turn it off. So none of the system emails from Zenler will go on. You can take off the entire automation from your side.
Right. So it's really flexible. No, Diane, you don't need to apologise for misspelling. I'm the king of misspelling stuff, and as Rakesh will attain to, I often miss capitals and full stops as well. So we've got no problem with that. We get what you mean. So I think the conclusion we're coming to is, first thing is edit the emails, and I've said this in the 10-day challenge. Zenler does a phenomenal job at setting up template emails for you. So it will set up the system-wide emails. They're great. However, they're set for everybody. And what you need to do as a course creator is personalize them. So go in and edit and use your own language on those. You don't need to change lots. Just a little tweak from hello to whatever you want to use. Then test it and sign up to your own stuff. Sign up to your own site, sign up to your own courses, and see what comes through when, as David rightly says. And then you can have the flexibility within Zenler to switch off what you think is too much. So if you think there's repetition, get rid of one. It's as simple
I'll
as
show
that.
that in one of the Ask Zenler videos as well. So I'll probably tie it to that. So Diane, I'll put the post up there. I'll also send you a message with the link as well.
Brilliant. Luana is telling us how awesome we all are. Well, we sort of knew that. But it's nice for you to say. Okay, so if we've not got any more questions, I think we're heading on for half an hour, which is what we try to aim for with the office hours. Remember, there are certain things that you need to do, especially if you're new to us or you've not done so yet. #replay, let us know that you're here, where you're from, and if you've got any questions, we'll come back and answer. tutorials.newzenler.com. Go over there and ask. One real biggie that you really need to remember as well is that we have support at newzenler.com, which is the support email. So if you're struggling with a technical issue, if there's something that you feel is not correct, if that you're looking and something's not working as you believe it should, then your first port of call really should be support at newzenler.com. And that way you'll get a much more clearer answer given to you. We have a phenomenally responsive support team that are very, very knowledgeable. They can check it out. We can then make a log of what comes in as a support ticket, so we know if there's a regular issue cropping up. It's actually quite difficult to monitor that in the Facebook group. And yes, we try and look at what's happening, but it moves so quickly and there's such an array of different conversations going on. We have to request that you put it officially support at newzenler.com email, please. If you need to put a loom over, then do so. That's absolutely fine. If you find it difficult to explain what the issue is, then the team are very happy to look at screen recordings. In actual fact, sometimes it's easier to do that. And then we can see what's happening and we can get you a much faster resolution to what issue you may be having. So that's your quickest way to getting technical issues resolved within Zenler. So please remember that. It's really, really important. We've got no more questions coming. So for me, I think, unless you guys have anything else.
No, that's it.
No, we're all good. So thanks all for coming along. We appreciate you being here, and we will catch you next week at 1 p.m. British Summer Time for the next Office Hours Live. Thanks everyone, and see you all soon.
Bye-bye.